Deny me no longer. Bring down the sun. Ignorant thralls. They leave me no choice. No more lies.
Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I will show you how to play Diana jungle. Skill sequence is Q max followed by W and E, prioritizing the highest damaging abilities first. Playing the jungle with Diana is pretty simple. What's most important to know is that you want to make sure that you win auto attacks because of a passive. So whenever you use an ability, then you get a ton of attack speed, and every third auto attack will be a cleave that deals additional magic damage, and that is what you want to abuse when you clear the jungle as Diana. You want to start with Q guys because it has a lower cooldown, so you get to use that more often, so your clear will be a lot faster with a Q start. Just make sure to win the auto attacks and then we can smite the Grump here once it's low enough. There we go. Diana jungling is pretty easy, not really any camps you do at once. You just, as long as you make sure that we win those auto attacks, then you will come out pretty healthy, so you can fight for that skull crab. And you're gonna take your E level 3 right now guys, because mainly to get that passive going, because once your Q and W is on cooldown, then you don't really have anything up, so that E is going to help you. Get that bonus attack speed going so you can clear that jungle out faster. You do not want to use that second part of your E, because if somebody comes to invade you, this game I'm playing against a Rek'Sai, and if Rek'Sai comes to invade me, then I still want to have that dash up. So typically you just want to go for a full clear. You might as well do that. Diana can full clear at 315 for the skull crab. So that's also an option, and right now Diana is actually OP in the jungle because they overbuffed her, same as Morgana. So this is, if you like this champion and you like the jungle role, then this is definitely something you can abuse. Look for a gank top side here. Oh, he has face rush, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, looks like it is warded because he just backed off the moment I appeared, so this is definitely warded here. And we're also going to meet Rek'Sai most likely. Yes. This is a bit doomed because get out of here. Rumble should come in here. Oh wow, we actually filled that flash. That's good for me. We can turn this around easily. Because he didn't get the flash knock up. If he hit me with that one, then I would have died. So this actually turned out to be really good for us. So now I can just move to the bottom side of the river and then secure that skull crab before Rek'Sai comes. So this is actually huge, and then on your base what you want to get is the alternator, the component towards your first mythic item, and if you can get a dark seal as well, that would be really good, because dark seal is something you can upgrade if you get to pick up a ton of kills. You know, if you get fed or something, then you can pay upgrade that dark seal, and if you don't get fed, then you can just sell it later on. And it also helps a lot with the early game because you get some pretty good early game stats. So I've got the dark seal, we can get a control ward as well, just so we can secure some vision control and the die to gank bot side. It's a good thing that we got that skull crab, so Rek'Sai doesn't actually get anything at all. So Rek'Sai has to move towards the top side of the river for that skull crab because it should still be up. And because of all of this attack speed, guys, you can actually do the dragon as well early on if you want to. Just make sure that you set up vision control. Rumble is over. I'm gonna move top side to help out Rumble in case he decides to chase, which he should not do because he does not have his flash up. I'm not going to contest that Skull Crab because my top lane is at base and my mid lane is recalling, so we don't have any prio at all. So I'm just gonna keep clearing the jungle, get that level 6 ASAP. This build starts spiking when you have the mythic item, but even more when you have that Nash's Tooth, because that's why your DPS really increases by a ton. Wow, he's just getting one shot up there. Okay, so that I will not be able to help him out here. I'm just gonna stand still here because Rek'Sai can see me in the passive. Actually backed off for like half a second right there because I did not expect my Q to hit. And apparently it did, so we're gonna take that. And luckily Rek'Sai is not level 6 and also doesn't have flash up because it was used on us early on. Quick. Right, so we have a lot of gold here, so what we can do is that we can get tier 2 boots ASAP, and that is really good as a jungler because it allows you to move around the map faster. But if you play mid lane, for example, then you can also just get the blasting bond and a tier 1 boot, but because I want to be roaming around the map as fast as possible, then I'm gonna get the tier 2 boots ASAP. It also helps when people try to kite you and such, then you can always make sure that you get close. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the camps here and then we can do the Drake. If this is warded here, so maybe you can look for kills. Oh, this is warded. Our ultimate is huge when it comes to ganking. So from level 6 is where Diana actually starts coming online, there when she has a lot of kill pressure as well. But she don't have Ignite as a jungler. So she's not that strong before level 6, I mean she can still look for fights when you have Conqueror. Gonna go with the counter gank here. Our Rumble mid is actually also really OP. Perfect. This Rek'Sai is so unlucky this game, but I'll take it. And Skull is up, and the Herald as well, so we're gonna take the Skull and then we can also start the Herald. Problem is my mid laner is slow again, so he has to recall, and Nasa is coming back into lane, so it should be alright. I don't think anyone will come to check it though. Just gonna drag it in here because if Rek'Sai holds the river and I move around, then she can see me in the passive. Don't want to risk that. There we go. We got the Herald and we got the upgraded Smite as well. And the reason you want the blue Smite, of course, is to make it harder for people to kite you. If they have any movement abilities, you can just smite them. Take that movement speed, get within range, use that ultimate to slow them down further, and then just one-shot them. And the build I showed right here is a better scaling build because you get a ton of upfront damage, but you also have a lot of consistent damage. So it's good into bruisers, tanks, and pretty much anyone. The one-shot build where you go electrocute into heavy AP items is really good against squishy teams. But clear is a bit slower because you don't have as much attack speed and your split pushing is also worse. But both builds are really good right now, so it's mainly preference. I like to go the Conqueror in the jungle especially because it helps a lot in those extended fights where electrocute doesn't really do anything. Nice. Got the first tower in the mid lane, the most important tower in the game. Oh, there's a Kai'Sa. I don't know what she's doing. Bro, Rumble's damage is so insane. Now you got the flash out. That's pretty good for us. It's just going to make it easier for us to gank her once we reset, because we have a ton of gold right now, so we can go ahead and get the first mythic item. Okay, there's a whole gang coming up in the bottom side, so I can't really recall just yet, and the Scuttle is also spawning soon, so I guess we just have to wait here. If something happens in the bottom side, then we can take the Scuttle and then we can look for the reset. We definitely want to base as soon as possible, so we can get that mythic item and we can start taking over the game. So of course you can also go for the rocket build or the Night Harvester. It's mainly preference. Rocket build is really good, but I like the Night Harvester especially because it gives us ability haste, so we have lower cooldown on our abilities, especially that ultimate. Well, Sion is really toying with this guy here, right? Rumble is doing really good. And we also snowballing, so winning mid and a winning jungle is pretty much GG. Just waiting for Lux here, and if she appears then we can go for the kill. Because this wave is going to freeze, so yeah, she's walking up, because if she didn't do that then that wave would freeze and then she just end up losing a lot of HP. Gold I mean. If you saw how I played this fight, I ulted before she got close to the wall, so she would not be able to flash out in time. They want to flank, but I don't know if they cleared. Oh, that's a control ward, okay. But Rek'Sai can see them in the passive if they move around, so they could be trying to bait us. Not gonna risk it, gonna take the blue buff here, and then of course make sure that you keep farming as well. That's also really important, otherwise you just fall behind. Just in time for that dragon. Gonna secure vision around that dragon, play for the objectives of course. Dragons are the easiest way to close out the game. If you get that soul, then there's a very low chance of the enemy team coming back into the game. Okay, they're fighting bot side. Senna is dead for sure. Yeah, I will not be able to help her out here. If I had my ultimate, then maybe I could have went for that. But without that, I would just end up dying as well, and then I give away a huge shutdown. So I'm just gonna back off here and not give them too much. They already got 2 kills, so I can go for Kai'Sa. Plus we got a flash out last time we engaged. This is a pretty nice combo. You Q the minions and mark them, and then use that double dash to get within range of the enemy champion, and you only want to do that when you are sure that they don't have any other way to escape you. So if they use their flash, their movement abilities, then you can go for this. Because we already knew Senna or Kai'Sa does not have a flash up, because she used it in the mid lane, so that was pretty free. That's why it's really important to time their summoners, so you can go for plays like this. So because I'm fit right now, I have a lot of stacks on my Dark Seal, I can go for the Meta Soul Stealer. If you're not snowballing, then you just ignore that item and proceed towards Snatcher's Tooth. I don't know why Lux has Exhaust. She probably has it for me though, because I don't see why else it will help her. Because she's a long range champ, so she should never be within range of anyone. Teleport would definitely have helped her out a lot in the mid lane, especially because Rumble just FK push and she doesn't really have the mana to sustain through that, so Teleport just allows her to recall whenever she pushes out a wave and then come back healthy. Okay, Rexa engaging, let's get that kill, go in Leona, nice, alright. And get that kill as well, and then we can take down the top tower. The Herald is also up, so we also need to look for that one. Okay, we will not be able to. Tower, Cillian's waiting. Just have to go for the Scuttle Crab and the Herald, and then we use that to break open the towers with. Alright, so yeah, let's go for the Herald here. We don't have Rumble with us, so it's only me and Leona. Senna is coming in. Alright, there we go. We're getting all the objectives, and that's really what matters as the jungler. His ultimate is not gonna help. I'm just gonna stack the passive here on the minions. Then we can push down the top side, put down the Herald in the top side, guys, and then maybe we can go for the other tower as well. Depends how many are coming to defend. Lux is in the bottom side, so she will not be able to react in time. The problem with sieging against the Lux is the fact that she just AFK ults the wave, so you can't really push against her. But it is not as bad as against an Anivia, for example. We miscommunicated right here, because my ultimate pulled Cyan away from the Leona's ultimate, the center, so he did not get stunned. We got the kill still, so. But yeah, that was unnecessary. But we got the towers, and that's what matters. And the dragon's about to spawn soon, so I also need to reset. I'm probably just gonna walk straight down to it. Yeah, we won't really be able to take down this tower here. It is too risky. I have such a massive bounty on me. Rumble has as well, so no need to grief it at this point. Even though I can base and get the Nance's Tooth right now, I will not make it in time if I do so. We can just stay here and wait. Leona needs to take down that plant. Blast Cone, because they can use that to try to steal it. When you fight for an objective against an other jungler as Diana, guys, you want to stack the passive, right? And then you save your abilities, and then you burst down that objective immediately with everything you have. All of your abilities, not the ultimate, but your abilities, passive, and the smite at the same time, because most junglers will not be able to match that. Go, use that E to get out of range, but now I can't really walk within the dragon pit, but Rumble secured the dragon, so perfect. I have a ton of gold, so let's just go ahead and recall here and not get away that bounty. So at this point here, you can go for the Nash's Tooth, but if you're playing against a lot of AD assassins, damage with a lot of burst, then you can go for the Sonya's Hourglass, because it allows you to be an extra frontline for your team, where you engage for them, and then you can just pop that Sonya's Hourglass to buy yourself some time until the teammates catch up. pretty much GG's. When the dragon or the baron spawns, then we can also go for that. Team is just waiting for somebody to come up and face check, and then we just run them down, and then we can use that to get the baron with. There's Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai doesn't have anything. There we go. Now we can look for the baron if we want to. Oh, they are FFing, so that was the Dino Guide. I hope this was helpful. As always, see you guys in the next one.